force and soar. The return of the wizard is coming back for more. The return of the wizard, the face behind that door. And he'll walk on the land with wisdom in his hand. And you'll find your heart in league with the wizard.
Welcome to Bind on a Quip, episode 328 on the 2nd of July. I'm Wemb, and with me as always is Tempest.
Well, hello.
Well, hello. How are you doing?
I'm really
Wait.
good.
Let's take it into real life.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
How are you doing?
Good. I love that elephant.
It's cute.
He's cute. I'm really good. How are you going?
I'm still a bit husky.
Sexy? Got the sexy voice going?
No,
Yeah.
I don't go sexy husky, I just go husky.
Yeah, that is sexy husky, silly.
Come on, stop it now.
Any work stories? Anything you want to share? I noticed the show notes is
Yeah, no, I knew you would talk about our weekend, so I thought I'd piggyback off that. Had a day off work for our weekend we're about to talk about, which is fun. But, as always, I get the feeling that I come back and I will now be doing my 5 days work in 4.
Maybe.
Just always seems to be the go. Anyway, what about you?
So I've had a massive week.
Sorry about the Vicks vapor drop, but my voice keeps stopping if I don't have a bit of gear on board.
A bit of lubricant.
Yes.
I started the last week with our campfire night, which I mentioned in last week's show.
Yep.
So it ends up being a massive day. I usually work 11 to 12 hours. So huge, but it was loads of fun and a huge hit.
Saw the pictures. It was huge hit.
Yeah. And I used a night camera app to help get photographs at night time, so not flash.
Okay.
Which just makes it look like it's the daytime, so that we could really see the children's lanterns and things that they'd made, and it came up really nice. I was really happy with that.
Nice.
So that was really good. And then it was our last day of term on Friday, and I came home and packed, and we headed off for a long weekend with Princess, Plaguebringer, and baby Theo. Hello, Baba.
Hey, buddy.
It was loads of fun, and it was just what I needed to relax and unwind, and it was lovely to see Theo's face when he saw us each morning. It was like, what are you guys doing here? Yeah. So that was fun. We came home yesterday, and then today Princess and I got nails done while Uncle Angus walked around the shops with baby Theo. Hello, Baba. And Theo hadn't seen Uncle Angus for about a week. And he loves his Uncle Angus, and just today he was so excited to see him that he just grinned at him for about an hour straight. So it was really cute. And then tomorrow is hair day, so I can't wait.
So, go a bit deeper into our holidays. So we went down to the peninsula, down to a beach,
Dramana,
which is probably about an hour out of Melbourne, and we had a really nice house that we were sharing, and it was a terrible, terrible weekend with rain and
icy
cold, but we had a lovely time. We were warm inside.
Got to watch the rain hitting the windows, which was nice.
And we watched heaps of rom-coms and TV. And
Plaguebringer is just working his way through the seasons of Survivor. So he's up to season 24. He's just started 24. So he saw some of that,
a long way behind,
which is really funny. And
it's a bit of a nostalgia trip for us.
We're like, oh yeah, I remember her, and I remember her, or I remember him.
But it was close to another seaside town which has a lot of takeaway that you can eat, which is celiac friendly,
gluten-free options.
So that was fun. We got lots of takeaway that we normally wouldn't get, and just totally relaxed.
Yeah.
And hung out with the girl.
Yep. And we met up with one of my school teachers. Our school teachers, yes. Which was nice to catch up with her. And we took Theo with us and, gave Princess and Plaguebringer some time off. So it was really lovely. And we got to show off our our grandsons. That was also nice, and he was just delightful.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And then there's a gluten-free bakery that was 15, 20 minutes away.
Yep.
So we went down, and one day we got a pie, and the next day I got a pasty. So that was nice to be able to go and get something so easily.
Yeah, it was good. We had more options than we're used to.
Yeah, so it was nice. Yeah,
so that was really great.
Really good. And we did get on Saturday, even though it was Sunday was ready. On Sunday, even though it was really cold, bitterly cold, and it started raining and then sunshine and raining and then sunshine, we did get out and actually get a walk along the beach. So that's my aim. If we go to the beach, I like to walk on the beach.
Absolutely.
Even in the winter. So that was really nice to actually.
You rugged up. It was good.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And then on the Monday when we came back, we went into the city.
Yes.
And had Greek lunch at one of our favourite restaurants and hung out together.
It's so good. The problem with stalactites is you have to not order everything that you want.
It's very hard to limit yourself.
It's like all
to
of the
a
things.
manageable amount of food.
Yes.
Because everything's so nice.
Good. It's so good. So I didn't get any Dalmatis yesterday. I was sad. But
next time.
I couldn't fit them in anyway. So.
Absolutely. And then we had a coffee and people watched at another place.
Yes, we did.
And that was very cool.
Saw a footballer from our football club just walk on by.
Just walking past.
Very bloody tall he was.
Absolutely. So...
Sorry for the ding, everyone.
That's the week. Real life.
Yeah, that's my week. Did you have any?
Give me a quick one because we haven't done a lot of stuff.
No, we've been away.
No, that's enough for me. I think we might move it in and see if there's something we need to discuss.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Now brace yourself, because I might be the Grinch.
You're rarely the Grinch. You're normally the fun dad.
Yeah, but I think I'm still fun, but I just got a ding on something that's pretty popular. So I think the changes to riding and flying are a mistake.
Whoa.
And that
there are people up in arms already. They don't even know what you're thinking.
Blizzard have missed an opportunity to make all the different mounts have personality and be more interesting.
I actually agree with this. I loved having a water mount and my favourite ground mount. I liked that. I liked having to get a water mount out to go across the water.
Now, pitchforks down, people. I do love sky riding. I don't want to go back. And I love steady flying in the right circumstance.
Yep.
I just think they've pushed all their chips in on the fun and haven't kept anything for role-playing and strategic mount use. I don't think every mount should be sky riding. And I think there should even be differences in what mounts can do and where. Thought should go into which mount is best for which situation.
I actually think only dragons should dragon ride.
Me too.
Sorry.
Me too.
Might be an
Not just the ones that came out in Dragonflight.
No, any dragon.
So like your serpenty dragons from Pandaria I'm happy with.
And also those
other
ones
dragons we've collected from Lich King.
And even there were dragon serpenty things in the first expansion.
Burning Crusade
from those people.
Oh, yeah.
So those, so any of those.
Yeah.
Any of those.
Yeah.
But dragons should have to be a dragon.
I'll even give you some of the more lizardy flying mounts from Battle for Azeroth that can fly.
As long as they're in the dragon family.
I think...
Otherwise, they just should fly.
Yeah.
And if they're a horse, they should not fly.
I would have made all the mounts Kiss Curse depending on whether you use them correctly. So mounts that can fly would be the best at skywriting, with a bonus for a mount being used in its natural environment. For example, is it from the expansion you're in? Does it perform better in hot or cold conditions?
Whoa.
Ground-based mounts should always be faster on the ground than mounts that want to fly, but slower in the air than natural flyers.
Yep.
So the horses, for instance, that can sprout wings and take off shouldn't be as fast as dragons, but they should be able to outrun them on the ground. Or
like a ghostly one.
Yeah.
But if it's not ghostly, if it's a horse, it shouldn't be flying.
I just think if it makes sense, then it matters. Then what mount you use actually matters.
Yes.
And you're not just grabbing, your favourite looking one every time. You'd get a bit strategic.
Yeah.
Water-based mounts should be the quickest in or on top of the water, but very slow out of the water.
I love them.
A crab or a scorpion should be faster on sand than anything else.
I love that. I really love that.
Massive size mounts should be faster in open areas, but slower in towns and cities.
Yep.
You get the idea anyway.
Yeah, I do. I like it.
I would have preferred variety, where you had to think about what mount is best for what you're doing and for the situation. And maybe you wouldn't have just a situation where we all collect mounts that we're never going to use. So, for instance, I don't think I'll ever use the ones from Warlords of Draenor, where it's a great big giant creature that you're on the shoulders of and it runs along. But if you were in that area, in the area it came from, it should be faster than any other mount. It should be faster than a horse. It should be faster than...
Yeah, so then when you're playing your alts through in that expansion, you could actually use that mount and go faster.
Yeah. So what they originally tried to get away from... Remember when those bugs came out that could run on top of the water?
Yeah. But I liked that.
Yeah, but they were the same speed on everything. So everyone just used a skittering bug that could go on water for everything, except flying, obviously. But
I did not.
Well, most people did. And then that's why they changed it.
Why didn't they just
change it? That's when they made those shoes that you could put on the horses and stuff.
Yeah.
That could make every mount go on water. Well, it shouldn't be like that.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I actually liked earning my skitterer because I cared about it. It made a difference to me, and so it was worth doing the time. There's been lots of, like those cloud serpents that I didn't bother because it wasn't important to me, but that one actually made a difference to my game, and so it was worth earning it, finding it, getting it. But I actually agree with you. I don't think, a regular horse should be able to fly. And there's I've got a bear. Well, my bear can't fly, so why should a horse?
But it should be the optimum speed on the ground.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think it should be able. I just don't think it should be able to fly.
If it can't fly, it should be the fastest thing on the ground, faster than a flying mount when you are on the ground.
I agree. With that. And I think I agree that I think it would be better. Like, it would be better if our mounts, we could have our favourite mounts, we could have a drop down menu like you do with your
calling a pet or something.
Yes, and you've
or a
got
warlock
so you can have one of the different mounts that you need. So flying, a dragon flying, a ground mount.
Yep.
I have my yak always, so that I can do my transmogging and selling. Put those mounts there so that you can choose those ones, and then you can just drop it, ping it out.
I'm just saying what I think will happen. I don't think it'll happen. I think
but I think
toothpaste is out of the tube now and it's not going back in.
I think it would be better, and I
would
think
be cool.
You can do any expansion now. So level someone up that can go and get you your skitterer for everyone. Like, if you haven't got one, I don't think it's too late to change it. But I think it would be.
I don't think they like taking stuff away once they've given it out.
No, they don't. But
just what I reckon.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it into the news.
I totally agree. Didn't think it was creepy at all. Sorry, everyone.
Temp talking.
Sorry, everyone. I didn't realise I'd clicked the button.
I'd clicked it.
Well, maybe next time you could wait until I'm finished talking.
So Kyvax, a.k.a. Randy Jordan, has posted. He's the community manager.
Yep.
He's community dude.
Right.
Dev. Dude.
Yeah, whatever.
He does a lot of the big...
Community person. Is he like the equivalent of that girl?
Used to be on the Instance. No.
I know who he is.
Sort of.
Well, she's community.
He does all the announcements. He's sort of more dev than... Yeah.
Like her boss, maybe.
No. Maybe next to.
Okay.
Anyway.
I said, is he like that? You said no.
Talking about...
Mythics?
Mythic Plus. The things they're going to try now.
Yep.
Previously, he said...
I thought we talked about this last week. Have we just been watching stuff about this last week?
Yes.
Okay.
We've talked about it.
Yeah, okay.
Not to our electronic friends.
Okay. Our electronic friends.
No.
Not listeners, not watchers, not viewers.
No.
Yeah, viewers. So.
What a throwback.
Australian throwback.
Yeah.
To our childhood.
Previously, they had a one-size-fits-all, and that proved challenging in striking the right balance between scrub and legends.
Nonky. Brom.
In this new build, we will see significant shifts.
It wasn't an exclusion intentionally of Bluepy this then. I just didn't. I was trying to think of his name.
Indeed.
Indeed. And Torty.
Torty.
Yeah.
Yep. Legends. One of
Look,
them.
there's actually more legends like Kai and
Act.
PD and Act, but Act. He doesn't know the mechanics.
He does. He just doesn't know them all. He's a good player and he's got great gear.
He's got great gear, that's for sure, and he does great DPS.
Let's stop now.
I just said he does great
something
DPS.
you
I was
regret.
saying good things. That was all good things.
Okay, sure. In the new build, affixes, the following affixes, hooray, are being retired for the War Within. Sanguine, bolstering, raging, bursting.
Sanguine is Kai's favourite.
They talked about some other ones they were going to bring in and got feedback. It was a shit show, obviously. That applying bonuses unevenly to players feels exclusionary regardless of the overall impact and what the intention was. So reckless, focused, attuned and thorned also fired into the sun.
Nice.
Yep. So they want to have one bucket of active affixes that apply more evenly. They're introducing thematic elements by invoking Xalatath in Mythic Keystones with their own set of affixes, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're utilising passive affixes to signpost expected increases in player mastery and commensurate rewards as players progress through the Mythic Keystone system. They're also aiming to eliminate push weeks by providing a consistent challenge that focuses solely on the dungeon for players seeking to advance deeper into the Mythic Keystone system for scores and titles. And we've got a summary, and look, we're going to change ourselves,
Whoa.
Shazam,
Woo!
so that you can see the rough graph there. So Keystone levels 2 through 11 have the following affixes. At +2, Xalatath's Bargain affixes appear on a weekly rotation. There are 2 that we've
That we know
had
about.
sneak previews of in the beta. One is Ascendant, which means while in combat, Xalatath rains down orbs of cosmic energy that attempt to empower nearby enemies, increasing their haste and movement. But if players disrupt these orbs, and I think you've got to
Stand in the
knock
circle.
them out. I
do
think
you?
you've got to either kill them or stand in them.
Okay.
Then we get that effect for ourselves.
Woohoo!
The other one that they've seen is Xalatath's Bargain Frenzied, which means that non-boss enemies become frenzied at 30% health remaining, increasing their haste by 40%, but increasing their damage taken by 20%. So Kiss Curse is going to be a very consistent theme, I think, in the
Bit of a
War
race,
Within.
it sounds like there.
Yep, which is not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
Next one along at +4. It's going to be Fortified or Tyrannical, one or the other, alternating on a weekly rotation, as well as the first thing. At +7, Challenger's Peril is active on all keystones, which means dying now subtracts 15 seconds from the time remaining rather than 5.
Which doesn't sound like heaps, but gosh, that's going to add up quick.
Well, a wipe is going to be a 50-second penalty more than it would normally be 25. So it'll be 75 seconds.
Yeah, it's more than a minute
Yep.
off your time. So
At +10, whichever one out of Tyrannical and Fortified wasn't coming in
Active.
at number 4 is going to be active, and both of them will be active from level 10.
yes. So if Fortified is in at 4, then at 10 you'll get Tyrannical and vice
And
versa.
vice versa the other week.
Not bad. Yeah.
And from Keystone level +12 and beyond, Keystones have the following affixes. They have the Fortified, they have Challenger's Peril, they have Tyrannical. The first one, Xalatath's Bargain, disappears and is replaced by Xalatath's Guile, which means that the health and damage of enemies is a flat increase of 20%.
Nice.
So it just means a more even,
Yeah.
less varied thing, because you're going to have all that stuff and the 20% health and damage.
Yep.
The way they're doing dungeon scores, they're reevaluating they think that these changes, along with their heroic and mythic dungeon changes, give us ways to engage with dungeons in a more of a setting we prefer. So it's a fresh look at Mythic Plus, and looking forward to feedback and working further on it.
I actually like these changes. I think it simplifies the system, but it also means that we don't need websites to determine which instances are doable this week and not doable, which is, it shouldn't be that complicated that you have to look it up to see which instances are going to be okay and which are just a nightmare and not to bother.
And it also sucks when one dungeon is way easier than the others, but you don't have that key. You've got the key for the hard ones.
Yes. And also, I found last season there was one, I think it was Halls of... No, not last season because it wasn't Halls of Infusion, but one of the instances, it was never, all of the affixes made it impossible, which meant that you couldn't get that. It was really difficult to get that score.
Yeah, get a good score on that one.
Or to get a score.
So basically it means that the unskilled and unwashed scrubs like us get some variety and a challenge, and the pointy end chads get more normalised difficulty with push and pass weeks eliminated.
Yeah, good.
Which
Much
I think
better.
is a good thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's go back to our normal shape.
Did you answer?
Oh, that's not we have to start again with
Get rid of that, and get rid of that.
Jeepers.
Oof.
Sorry, everyone.
You know what? After that little bit of excitement, if you could find the time to like and subscribe on YouTube, that would really help us out.
Do it now.
Give us a provisional thumbs up right now while I'm reading this. Just do it. Do it. Doesn't
You
hurt.
can do it. You can do it.
You're sitting there waiting for me to finish saying this. While you're waiting, give us a like.
Click it.
And I'll remind you later to remove it if we haven't delivered the quality you're looking for. Like what I just showed then.
Yes, as you took us on a journey of our previous...
It was a bit of a journey. What about the socials, Tempy?
So you can follow us on YouTube here, Bind on Equip Wow.
Yep.
You can follow us on Twitter at Bind on Equip Wow. If anyone's left on Twitter, it feels like there's a mass migration happening on a daily basis. You can follow us on Instagram, on the very quiet Instagram at Bind on Equip Wow.
Yeah.
You can chat to me on Threads. I think I'm Tempest Tracy Webb. So check me out.
Wow, really revealing a lot there.
And you can follow us on Facebook at Bind on Equip. Oh, wow.
Excellent. Now, Older hit us up and he said, you guys cracked me up.
Thanks, Old.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, I think so too. I hope so. I said thank you.
Now, the Snow Dog...
Taking it as a compliment.
Let me commence the Snow Dog report for the week.
I noticed there's no sound.
Rare. Oh, didn't
One
even
of
hit the
these
button.
days, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, didn't we decide he had to be common? Oh, he can't be rare.
Yeah, well, he does hit us up every week, but we love it, so I don't want to disparage that or deter him in any way.
No.
He pointed out that Gamescom is in Cologne, Germany, rather than France.
Oh, dear.
It's hard to see from... It all looks the same from way down under here. Lovely city.
One city in Europe's the same
actually,
as the
with an
others.
amazing cathedral in the city centre, and it's been almost 30 years since he was there.
I hope the cathedral's still there.
He said the Narcissus add-on, hard to say with a block nose, primarily used for cool character screenshots and showing stats, etc., actually has a great interface for the remix gems. Thank you.
Nice.
And he says he thinks he may have to start using the phrase "gone a bit Milan" for anything that goes badly from now on.
So thank you first of all for letting us know about Germany versus Paris or France. One of these days we might even get out of Australia. Me, Wemp has been.
I've been out.
Also, I would love people to use Milan in that context.
Yeah, sure.
Wouldn't that be funny if your very own name
Now,
became synonymous with a loser?
Brat came to my defence. Aid.
Something.
Stood shoulder to shoulder with me.
Yeah.
And said, how do you know that writing the kids' names on their foreheads won't leave lasting psychological harm until it's been tried at least once?
And I have to say, while that is true, it's still frowned upon.
What if I don't know?
Now, Kai gave us personal whispered feedback in-game.
He did.
He loved his close-up on last week's background video.
Well, I'm using the same video again, so you'll probably see him again.
Yeah, so that's good.
Maybe here, maybe not here.
Is he still dressed as a scantily clad
I think he's a little bit classier these days. I don't think he's as hussified as he was.
I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's funny how used to people's, how they look, how people's tunes. I get very, very confused when people suddenly race change and they don't look anything like they used to. So anyway, just something that it was making me think. I think he still might be scantily clad paladin.
Absolutely.
We also got some feedback on Facebook from some dude called Marty who quoted something from a couple of episodes ago. I didn't listen then, and I'm not listening now.
Yep, that was my visit to the platform, my yearly visit.
Yes, and Threads. It's clearly growing as people move from Twitter. We've had lots of likes this week, so that's very nice. That's me because Wem has not Instagrammed anything. Thanks, everyone.
So you on our Threads as Bond and Equip as well?
Oh, shouldn't I? I should start one. I don't know how to do that.
We've got one. You just use the Insta one.
Oh.
So you go onto Insta, you log in as
Is it
Bond
easy
and
to
Equip
log
WoW,
in and out?
and then there's a Threads button, and you just go Threads, and it goes, yep, here you are.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll have a go.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, shall we take it in game?
I think we should, finally.
All right, retail, how's our raid progress going? Looking at it in the background here.
Our raid group is continuing to smash through Awakened content, which I'm enjoying because I'd forgotten a lot of them. We spend one night and smash through normal, and then on our next night we go as far as we can in heroic. And we usually don't clear in heroic, but we're getting sort of more than halfway. So
Yep. Well, we're only going for an hour, so
an hour and a half. Well, super fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
we've also been working on trying to get Nonky his piece that he needs for his legendary, on his evoker.
Yep.
He has done the raid every single week.
Yeah.
And still has not got it. So.
Question without notice. Mm-hmm. If, as seems to be the strongly held belief, we lose Season 4 from now on to make shorter expansions, will you be sad not to do an Awakened victory lap?
Oh, I think I will. Because I think by the time you get to the end, because you've done all of that content, you kind of forget all the stuff that was at the start. And I've really enjoyed actually going back and learning that again. Like, which one is this? What do we do here? You know, yep. I enjoy it because I think it sort of consolidates. And doing it week about means it's sort of consolidating in my brain.
It's funny as the content, as they're getting sharper and sharper with the content, and we're rushing.
Yes, we have less and less time.
I've actually really enjoyed this time being able to chill and
and reflect a bit on it.
Go back and look at it again.
Because the content's been so fast, you haven't been able to just spend weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, we've literally we haven't finished heroics most of the time this expansion. We've just moved on to the new raid because there's better gear and it's not worth hanging around. And so having Awakened means it's still good gear. It's still worth going in there, and it's good to go back and actually have a go.
Brace yourself in the background, everyone, because we're about to run out. So whooshka, I'm going back to the start.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I like it.
It'd be interesting to see how it feels.
Maybe we'll have Awakened, but no Panda.
Oh, what I was going to say was maybe that will be time for a return of lazy raids. We used to do the last raid on alts and just have a laugh and be cash.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know if there's a space for it anymore. We'll
I don't know
see.
if we've got the time for it.
Probably haven't got the numbers either.
Gear. I'm now at 511 after upgrading last night.
512.
It's
getting harder to get pieces.
Did you use your upgrades from all of your worm crests last night, or are you just 512 anyway?
I don't think I did. I think I'm 512 without. I think I just quickly logged out because I
thought so too.
Had a 4:30 start.
Thought
this
you
morning.
might have done it today.
Yeah, no.
Oh, well, that means you're going to be 513 probably. Now I'm really sad.
Maybe. We'll see.
Mythics, we didn't do any Mythics this week because we were away.
Indeed.
And And, that sort of goes for LFR and all those other things. But we did do some remix.
Let's talk about remix. How's your levelling going?
So I can happily report that Hoochie is now in the 60s. I think 64, 65 last night.
Something like that.
So feeling less frantic.
Maybe even 67.
Oh, I don't think I'm 67. So feeling way less frantic about getting it done in the 50-odd days.
66.
Okay.
Can confirm because I'm looking at my Demon Hunter's level.
Right, okay.
And you're the same.
Yes, I am. So
4 levels to go. But the problem is you're not going to be able to play it in retail until Remix finishes. So you'll get a week to try and get some decent gear from the
guess what I'll be doing?
Pre-patch event.
That whole week.
Pre-patch.
Yep.
Yep.
Feeling less frantic, hoping that we can spend some time with Princess playing our lower level tunes soon. But apart from that...
you know what? By then, we will be in 11.0 or... Yes, 11.0.
Oh, will I be allowed to transfer it out?
No, but you'll be able to collect some Warbound gear and have it sitting there
waiting for me.
when your druid gets released into the wild, the
nice.
retail wild.
Nice.
Yes. Yes, I'm hoping we can play with Princess too.
I think that's it for this bit. How you going?
All right, I'll run through mine quickly. On the Alliance side, my Demon Hunter that I just spoke about is 66, and my Mage is 44. That's the one that plays with Princess. On the Horde side, my Warlock...
No, that's not right. Because Hoochie does not play on Alliance. She's Horde.
Yeah,
so I
said Horde side.
Yeah, but then I don't play with your Demon Hunter. You said Alliance. See there at the top it says
I've got
Alliance?
them the wrong way around.
Right.
That's my Horde tunes,
Okay.
sorry.
Right.
On the Alliance side, my Warlock, Priest, Warrior and Death Knight are 70. My Monk is 67. Shaman 30. And I don't know if they've nerfed the XP tokens, but the first tune I tried the leave them in the mailbox trick on, which is my DK, I opened them all at 42 and only got to 60 and then had to scramble to 70 from there with no gear. And on my Monk, which is my second tune I've done that on, I waited until level 50 to open them and only got to 67. So next time I'm going to go to 55 and then open them all.
I wonder if it's because you're not doing... Because you're only doing dungeons, aren't you?
Yes, not doing any questing.
Any LFRs?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know then.
I do at least the LFR. I do the LFR every day in the dungeon that I play.
Which was the guide that they
and then I queue for dungeons and LFR at the same time, but the dungeons seem to pop over and over, and I prefer the dungeons.
That you get way more XP from the dungeons.
Well, you get the token for every boss you kill, so
I think you get way more
They add
XP, but you do get better gear out of the
raids.
LFRs,
Yes, that's true.
So yesterday afternoon we did the 3 dailies,
Yep.
one scenario, one LFR,
After
and one
we got back.
heroic dungeon. Yes, and then another dungeon on top, and we got 2 levels, and we're mid 60s now. So William says 66, so I'll take that.
Yes.
So at the end, where you need to be more careful, you can't just you don't just cruise through.
Yeah,
like
we
you
may
used
have to switch in a low tune
swap.
for each other to get those last few levels because, yeah, if you haven't
gets
got
a
the
bit
mixed group, it gets a bit
We did
balked.
do the scenario Blood in the Snow,
Yes.
which was quite hard at the time, and Wemb and I tried to do it at level as a quest.
Yes, when you first learn them. And it was really hard at lower level.
We could not finish it. So anyway, we went in there, and it was clearly with someone who'd never been there before, and he didn't
But we
understand.
were pretty uber. We were getting through stuff.
Oh,
we
no,
couldn't
got
pull
through
a
it.
whole lot.
No, we got through it fine. But the
Yeah.
dude that we were with was an idiot. And so kept pulling things that he shouldn't pull, that he didn't need to pull. He had no business
Whole
pulling.
groups and
like
stuff.
that whole... So if anyone remembers
whole
it,
group in the
there's
middle.
like 100
Trolls.
100 trolls in the middle, and he pulled one. Like, what are you doing?
And we got the whole
so,
lot.
Yeah, so he kept doing that and then dying, which was unsurprising. And also amusing. In the end, Wem and I was like, oh, we'll just go and do what we know we have to do, and you can follow along, you moron. But yeah, so that was interesting. But we could actually, it was easy to do, even with just the 2 of us working together once at this level.
Absolutely.
As a scenario, rather than the instance which you have to do on your own, which was
Yep.
terrible.
Plans for your remix tunes?
Well,
You said a little bit.
Hoochie's going to become my main raid toon, so my main for next expansion, and it'll be the first raid, or the first expansion since Storm began raiding in Wrath, and that she's not been my main. So I feel...
That is incorrect.
What?
In Mists of Pandaria, you raided on a shaman.
I started on a shaman, and then PD was on something, and then PD hated it, and he swapped, and I ended up back on my mage.
All right. You didn't do it for the whole expansion, though.
No, but we didn't make it past the dogs,
I'll allow it.
so I kind of feel like she wasn't my main for the whole time.
No, that's not true.
No, it's true.
You were on your shaman when we did the Orgrimmar raid because you got the Dark Shaman set. And how could you have got that in raid if you were on your mage? You couldn't have.
I
Is the
must
answer.
have gone elemental then. All
No,
right.
you were healing.
No, I didn't heal. I didn't heal because
And
PD took over.
The hilarious
I started
thing,
as a healer,
the
but
funniest thing ever was that when we got to that first boss that's inside, where there's some steps, you used to delight in being wolf form, and you'd do that leap off the stairs and go flying through the air. So I know you were on your shaman.
There you go. You're right. I
Yeah.
mustn't have. Wow.
I think
Okay.
you've Mandela affected that.
I'll have a. I've had one expansion where I
Yep.
wasn't on my mage.
Yep.
There you go.
Anyway.
So I'm feeling, but that's a long time ago still.
Absolutely.
So now I just feel really sad. I feel like
I feel sad.
I do feel sad. I do feel sad that she won't be my main. Like I feel quite attached to Storm. Anyway, I am going to have to make a new remix tune though to play with him because he's got loads of them and still wants to keep going. So I'm thinking about. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm thinking about doing a warrior to take over from my warrior, but she's horde.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy to do another horde.
Okay.
I don't care.
Because that's the only way I'm going to level it, quite frankly, because I really don't like playing it very much.
Blizzard, why didn't you make remix cross-faction in Dungeons and LFR?
It's a good question.
You could have done that. Would have been a great test to see how angry people got about it.
Oh, angry? I don't care if people are angry.
Oh,
Turn it
people-
on, turn it off, leave a switch.
Well, that's what they're scared about.
Oh, I don't
All these
think
people
so.
that go, World of Warcraft is about factions against each other. Blah, blah. It's not for the majority anymore. Now there's less of us. We want to play with our friends, whatever we want.
Well, and like you can be in the guild and be alliance. So
Absolutely.
anyway, this is silly.
I think it will come. It's just going to take a bit longer.
I just think you need a switch. The same as like
Yeah.
you want to be PvP mode and not PvP mode.
Exactly.
I don't want to do it with other people.
I never want to queue with
I want to queue
cross-faction.
with the quickest queue. I don't care who's in it.
Absolutely. Anyway, I've got a hunter, a demon hunter, a druid, and a rogue ready to go.
The pressure.
Well, we don't have to do all
I
of
know.
them together.
Oh, I know. Well, luckily, because
Just means that you get to watch Vampire Diaries on a Saturday and Sunday morning.
I love laying in bed watching.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Do you have Elite Player of the Week? I don't think we do.
Only the
we didn't
dude.
play enough.
Only the dude, Blood in the Snow dude. He
Yeah.
wasn't very bright.
I think my Elite Player of the Week was the... What's the monastery we did yesterday where the tank didn't know what he was doing and I decided I would tank instead as a demon hunter?
Yes. I
Just
don't. Yes.
charged on and did everything.
It's the monastery, isn't it? Shadowpan Monastery.
Shadowpan Monastery. I think you are correct.
The one up in the snow.
He was my Elite Player of the Week.
That was
no
funny
pack drill.
because he literally clearly had no idea. He kept going off and doing things that we didn't need to do. So
The
we was
biggest
just
key
like,
is
we
you
was
do
just
your
like,
first fight.
whatever, and then kept
you go
going.
outside and in that round bit you fight the dude that calls the dragon to fight for him. Then you go back inside, you do that little hallway, and then you go outside and you mount up straight away and go to the right to the other monastery part. And anyone who pulls those mobs that are straight ahead, you know they don't know the dungeon.
So not only did he do that, but in the very first bit when you go in and you turn left and go down that hallway,
Oh, and then after...
he pulled the mobs in the little alcove opposite.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it all.
Idiot.
You just turn left. And I was like, oh, he doesn't know what we're doing.
The other tip is when you do the Shah and then you come back outside, you do one group and then you jump off the side of the stairs, jump through the side of the bridge, and you do a massive shortcut. He didn't. He just pulled everything.
Yep.
Idiot.
Yes, he was an idiot.
Any words of wisdom?
My words of wisdom is this. Being inside when it's really cold and raining outside, when you have nowhere else to be and nothing else to do, is the best.
We must be back in form because this was meant to be a short, sharp snack size and we've crapped on for over 40 minutes. We're back to old Bind on a Quip.
Oh, dear.
Imagine if Witch was here, it'd be like 2 hours now.
Oh, God, yeah.
We just chat
By
away.
the time he had his stuff,
Yeah.
told us his work stuff,
Yep.
his home stuff, God, it's an extra half hour.
We have to
right
get
there.
him on soon.
Yeah, that would be
He'll
fun.
have to excuse that he doesn't play. Maybe he can pretend he plays.
How would we know?
Right. Absolutely. We've come to the end of another episode of Bind on a Quip. Now's the time to unlike if you change your mind. Why would you?
No, why
We've
would
had a
you?
bit of fun.
Scintillating
We're
conversation.
having a laugh. Look, there's a close-up of you between us.
Yay!
Yay,
See,
Storm.
how could I not miss her?
She's
Currently, the staff, if anyone's wondering, is the Aladi staff because I can't have Eleneth right now because I'm Frost. Another sadness in my
Medivh's
life.
mum. Otherwise, smash the like,
Smash the like.
is what I was saying. then.
And make sure you leave a comment. We'd love to hear it.
Absolutely. And we'll respond.
And make sure you catch next week's episode because I'm going to have my new hair. Woo!
Is it going to still be purple?
It will still be purple.
Cool.
It will still be purple, but the mullety bits will be gone.
Everywhere we go. Oh, it's
getting quite long now.
I love your hair. Love your hair.
Yes, it's true. That
Oh, we've
does
done
happen.
this because someone said to me they love my hair. No, Grim asked if my hair was naturally this colour.
Yes, and Maddie said, love your hair.
Yeah.
But next week, it'll be vibrant and new. So
And that
you'll get to see what
person
it
that-
looks like fresh.
Suggested they were female but didn't confirm. Said they loved your hair too.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
I can't remember. I think their names start with an E.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry, Wem. There's no hope for Wem to
No,
remember.
head full of gunk.
But yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, I'm Wembley.
And I'm Tempest. See ya.
Half out. See you guys.